Hello, 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 everybody. It's Anukkah Laquette here, and you're listening to Navigator Now podcast. Y'all, I have some people on this show. Okay, they're going to be starting out my new category, relationships and dating. Okay, so I have Jennifer and Ryan. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
We're great.
That's good. And some of y'all already saw Jennifer before. So she was in the last episode. Let's see, season one. Okay. So make sure y'all go back and look at that episode. But now we have her husband. Okay. My husband, my husband, my husband. Okay. She have her husband on, Ryan. Okay. So tell us a little bit about how did y'all meet? Because I know, but they don't know.
So we met
Okay.
in college.
Yes.
I was a freshman, 2017. I was the secretary of the gospel choir,
Okay.
and he was the MD. Uh, oh, he played key or whatever. And yeah, so the first day he walked in, I was like, the Lord told me that was my husband,
Right.
and
And I said, "You crazy?"
you see where we're at.
Yeah, I see where y'all at. Okay, I understand. So, for example, okay, how does gender roles play in your marriage? Like, how different things y'all do, like different things. So, I want to know a little bit about the gender roles.
Like we both, I don't really feel like we have gender roles. Like he's he's the provider, absolutely. Like I work, but you know, and like when it comes to cooking and cleaning, like I'll cook, he'll clean. Or sometimes, because I've been teaching him how to cook since we got together. So
Okay.
he'll clean, and we just, it's not really not like the real old fashioned, like a woman belongs in the kitchen in the bedroom.
Right.
But listen, I wouldn't mind it because I don't like going to work. So if I in the kitchen in the bedroom, that's where I would be. But
Right.
no, we have no specific roles really.
Okay. So, like, what is your biggest fears within your marriage? Because there's a lot that I've heard from other people. So, what's something y'all fear within your marriage?
Ugh, my biggest fear. Really, I'm 100% secure, and
Okay.
um. So, like, the biggest fear would be losing him, but I can't think of how that would happen, really.
Right.
But just
Hey,
Okay. That's cool. What's yours?
I really have a fear. Gotta provide. That's my main thing. Got to stay on your
Okay.
game. Make it happen.
Right.
I do
Okay.
have
Okay.
it, losing him, and as well as not seeing the fruit from our marriage. I don't mean kids, but just like anything. Like, I feel like a marriage, you should be able to see the fruit of the labor within the marriage. So I feel like, people say fruit and they think kids and kids, you know, but
Hmm.
just um we're both saved. We love the Lord. So I like, that light, our light should be able to help other people. Like, because we're both, like, I'm 25, so we're young, so I feel like our marriage should kind of be like a model for our generation. So I feel
Right.
like not having any fruit from our marriage that kind of fear.
Okay. I understand where you're coming
Mhm.
from. So, tell me about a time when your relationship was delayed but not denied. Because Jennifer, you always say this is our definition of delayed but not denied. Okay, so I need to know the T. So tell me a little bit about
This is the story.
that.
Like I said, we met in 2017. I got to know.
Okay.
So, like I said, he was a senior my freshman year. So, like I said, when I met him, like I heard God say that was my husband. But back then I was 18, and
Mm.
I was 18 and crazy, as he said. So like, everybody could tell I liked him, but I kept denying it because I'm like, how can I like somebody I don't know? And I was like, I lust after him. Like he was real fine, like so fine. So I knew it was, but then we became like we became very, very close.
Okay.
And so I'm a straightforward person. So I remember like it was a weekend. He stayed on campus and I was on campus. What else was I about to eat? So we went out to eat. I'm just like, well, I like you. And he was like, I know. So I was like, so, and he was like, let's just see where it goes. Okay. So, we stayed friends, X, Y, Z, but I'm liking you. Like, I'm feeling you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what it is. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody else. I want to be with you.
Right.
And so, like, I brought it up maybe, uh, I want to say the first time, like in November. I brought it up again, maybe in like a few months before before the year end, like in May maybe. And so when I brought it up that time, he was just like, like when the time is right, I'll act.
Okay.
So the time was not right from 2020, but within that time, it's just like we lost all contact.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, but it happened for me. Like I kind of blocked him because there was other people like Ryan has he want nothing to us. Like okay, cool, face him. So
Mm-hmm.
like all contact, no social media, didn't have his number, nothing.
Right.
And in that time he's dating, I'm dating. And here it is. I'm like, I'm planning the future with these other. I'm like, maybe God ain't tell me it. Maybe I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is, like the end of 2021, I had to reach out to a mutual friend.
Okay. But yeah, you said you had a dream about him.
I had a dream about him.
Okay.
It was nothing crazy. It was just like a dream. He was in the dream, and I'm like, okay. So I reached out to a mutual friend of ours at the time, and I was like, hey, can you tell Ryan I had a dream about him? Just want to make sure he okay. You can give him my number if he
Okay.
wants me. So in my head, homeboy not calling. At the time, I'm in a relationship, so like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
even thinking, you know, but he's not calling. I'm out to eat with a coworker. This Maryland number pop up. Don't know who that is. Ignore.
Ooh.
So he calls right back. So I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
this is somebody specifically for me. So I answer and it's him. And I'm just like, I didn't think you would call right now. I'm out to eat with a
Okay.
coworker. I'll call you back. So
Mm-hmm.
I called him back and we were on the phone for like 3 hours just catching up because
Wow.
2017 until November of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And so we caught up, didn't talk to him again until like February of 2022.
Oh
And
wow.
at that time, like, and when he re-entered the picture, I went through a breakup. It wasn't a bad breakup. It was just mutual. I learned a lot out of that relationship. So I wasn't sad. I didn't need time to heal. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
turning of the Mac. I'm back out here. So when I say the furthest thing from my mind of being with him, because in my head I'm just like, he was my best friend at Morris. Like we would spend literally 11 to 12 hours in his car just laughing and talking. So in my head I
Wow.
have a friend back. So I don't know, like I'm not one of those women who know how to, date, I guess, like talk to this dude, let him take me out, talk to this dude. I've never been that type. So here it is, I'm talking to him because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to do this. He's giving me the best advice. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, I'm going on other dates. Like he's calling. I'm around this other dude, and I'm answering. I'm just like, oh, this is my homeboy Ryan. Like
Wow.
furthest thing from my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was just like they kind of all they fell by the wayside. It was two of them. They fell by the wayside. And here's Ryan. And so I think I probably asked Ryan every question you can ask somebody from Google. Like I went on Google and I was like, questions to deepen a friendship.
I know you was not like I'm the same way. I'm like, let me ask some questions off of Google real quick.
Yes, I asked all the questions and answered, and throughout that time, like I could just feel our relationship strengthening. And I forgot how the conversation went one day, but we were talking about something, and he was like, so so he was like, so do I have another chance? So on the inside, like I jumped up and down because you definitely do. And, or whatever. So from that point forward, I was delusional. He was my man again. And that's how I was
Mhm.
in college. Like from the day I met him, that was my man. My man, my man,
Right.
my man. Like that was my man. So I was back in that stage, but I played it cool this time. I
Okay.
was grown this time.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Played it
Okay.
cool. Like I'm gonna follow your lead this time
Right.
because when it when it happened, you're not going nowhere. This time. Played, but it was not this time.
Period. I
It's
like that. Okay.
talking because you
But
ain't saying
the
Yeah.
delay,
Tell me something.
the,
Okay.
but the delay part was I had like bad temper, so I needed to work
Mm.
on it. It's like a whole bunch of stuff I had to work on to get ready for this.
Mm.
You wouldn't do that back then. That 5 seconds that would have been over.
okay.
So yeah, um, I enjoyed the time to grow and to
Yeah.
get where I am now.
You know, like the craziest thing is I'm single now, right? And my mom, she always give me like the best advice. So what you just said was like, for me, I would date a guy and it don't work out. And then my mom was like, maybe your husband is out there, but God need to take time to work on him. Cause he
Mm.
already doing the work on me.
That gave
So
me chills.
so what you just said, like, I had to take some time to work on me. So that just confirmed what my mama just said. So I completely understand. Okay. Y'all had to get right for each other. So
Yeah.
period. I like that. So what lessons did you both learn from your past relationships that you would not bring into your marriage? So y'all was gonna get deep. You want me to get deep? I'm getting deep. Deeper than deep.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I go. Um, First, the looks really don't. I mean, that's for people that's just, they just want to be single and just date multiple. But
Right.
don't really go off the look. Oh, they got to be bad, like 10. I mean, you try people.
Right. I'm about to say, hold
Like,
up. Clean it
you
up.
looking for looking for the strippers and all
Yeah.
that. Ain't, no. Mm-mm. Communication.
Okay.
What else? Oh, and lying. Nah,
Mm.
that don't get you nowhere.
Right.
That's it. Mm.
For me, I learned I was in like, well, one, let me go back. When I met Ryan, I was technically in a relationship, but it was like
Okay.
on and like it was a 5 year on and off bad situation. The thing I learned from that relationship, because that was my longest one. So this guy he was older than me. So we met when I was 16, but he was older than me.
Okay.
So, went off to college, met Ryan, but during this time, like I said, we were on and off. But the thing that kept me going back was because I was in college, and because, like I said, I met this man at 16. So,
Yeah.
well, 15, but we didn't start dating until I was 16. So, like, those are like kind of vital years. So, who I became was who he wanted me to be. So I didn't
Mm.
know me. I knew how to be his girlfriend.
Right.
And relationship, like I kind of went through like a lot of mental abuse. Because like for me, you cannot just don't give me the cold shoulder because I get in my head, I go down right,
Mm-hmm.
and because he knew that, it was like that's what he did. And also like just financially, like I got to college and I'm there. So here it is, like he's sending money if I'm hungry or I want to go out. So
Right.
financially I became dependent on him. And when we broke up December 1st of 2019, the day before my birthday. And I told God, I prayed and I was like, God, if you give me the strength to leave this man, I will never depend on another man like that. So something I learned from that relationship is stop being a wife to a man who's not your husband. Because I
Come on
gave
now.
him too much. I gave him too much,
Yeah.
like I gave him too much and he wasn't my husband.
Mhm.
So then the relationship that I was in when he resurfaced, that was like, it was a great relationship. Like this man was really good to me. So in that relationship, like he was a preacher.
Mhm.
So in that relationship, like I really, one, because he's a preacher and I'm a loudmouth country girl.
Mhm.
I kind of learned how, ladies are to be seen and not
Mhm.
heard. Like,
Yeah.
kind of taught me, but he also taught me communication. Um, because in my head, like, because I was in this toxic relationship 5 years on and off, I thought I was good at communicating, but he was the argumentative one. So then I get with this preacher who's like, he's good at communicating, and I'm not used to it. So it's just like,
Mhm.
okay, but also he was the same way of, something goes wrong, like he just shuts down, cold shoulder. And it didn't
Mm.
have
Okay.
with our relationship, it could have been anything. And it's just like, he was just like, as a man, he felt like he needed to handle these things before he could come to me with it. So I kind of learned from that relationship the meaning of partnership. Because, like I understand as a man, you want to have it together, but I'm your helpmate. So I'm supposed to
Yeah.
be here to help you through your issues. And also the thing he taught me was I take everything to heart. Like my feelings get hurt, like like deeply.
Yeah.
Um, it is that deep to me. So something he taught me was find the lesson in every situation, which I feel like that's why the breakup was so good because it's just like we broke up, but man really helped me like grow and mature in a lot of ways. So I learned, yeah, that was it, learning to one, communicate effectively, communicate to listen. That was one of the things he taught me. Like you communicate to listen,
Yeah.
not to rebuttal or have a comeback. Communicate, listen. And just learning to not be a wife to a man who's not my husband.
Okay. I like those responses. So that's very understandable. So I'm gonna get even more deeper. Okay. So what are your viewpoints on getting a pass? Like y'all ever heard of getting a pass before? So what I'm gonna say is, like, what I mean is by that, did y'all ever talk about getting a pass? Like, if Jennifer could fool around with anybody else other than him, or Ryan, can you fool around with anybody else? Like, tell me y'all viewpoints about that.
I do have a past. My past is Morris Chestnut. Um,
Period.
yeah. Um, we, um, ain't no,
Hmm.
just openly going to give you a pass. But
Hmm.
one of the things we did discuss, like cheating happens, but I'm
Hmm.
not with. He's not with the cheater.
Okay.
So it happens, and it decide, like it's not like a breaking point for us though. Like it's not
Okay.
like a I want to walk away, because it's like a lot of marriages. These people who were married like 35, 45, 50 years, there was forgiveness somewhere along the lines.
Yeah.
Um, and just for me as an example, like the only true example of marriage I have is my great grandparents. Love them dearly.
Hmm.
Um, so like this, we have my granddaddy was my world. Like the wife I am is because I see my grandmother be a great wife.
Okay.
So model I had, like my mom and my dad have been together, but they're not married. So they've been together my whole life, but they're not married. So my grandmother, I seen the way she took care of my grandfather, but I seen the way he took care of her in return.
Mm.
Whole time, I have an auntie out here. Like they say, stay in a child's place. I'm still in a child's place. Okay, I don't ask questions. So I have a who, I didn't find out until 2021 was my grandfather's outside child. But because of how well my grandmother treated her, they say that's aunt. I call her aunt.
Mm.
So, but how my grandmother treated her this whole time, I thought I was related to her on my grandma's side
Right.
because of how well my grandmother treated her. And I know that there was forgiveness because to the day my grandfather closed his eyes, my grandmother stood beside him. Like she cooked for him. She got up like when he had, I don't even know if my granddaddy worked or, I just know he went fishing. But when he got, make sure he had a hot meal. He
Yeah.
had in that lunchbox, them snacks, just the way she took care of him and he took care of her in return by like, providing for her, communicating with her. Like there was plenty of times where I just seeing them sit in their chairs and just laughing. And so it's not like that he don't have a past, but I mean, you could say it's a past because if it happens, like it's open for communication. Like, why did this happen? Like,
Okay.
if that I'm not fulfilling for you that I need to work on, but like it's something I feel like we can move past, but that don't mean do it.
Right.
Right.
What's your viewpoints about it?
Um, we don't have that. We don't,
Okay.
but um, for some people, I understand it may work for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just an agreement they have to have. Well,
Okay.
And mind you, 2 months we just yeah, wow, 2 months was yesterday. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've only been married 2 months, so with that, it's just like okay, like who's to say, 10 years from now, and like he's always, first of all, like I said, I would ask some questions off Google, and the stuff he would say, like, people have different wives for different things, and it's trying to break this down to me, and he's like, that's not what I want, but like
Right.
his point on it, like the way he explains it and break it down, I understand it. So
Yeah.
it's not like, 10 years from now, if he came to me, he's just like, nah, I'm lying. It'll never happen. I, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm not going nowhere with that.
Right. Don't
No.
even finish it. Okay. So, okay. So
So
I have a question for Ryan. Okay, because a lot of people say this. Okay, so is it true when when people say that men know within 6 months that the person they're dating is the person they're going to marry? Is that true?
it depends. It depends
Okay.
on the state of mind that they're in. The
Okay.
guy that has to be already prepared, and then once he, start meeting, the females or whatever, then he can just start. He got to have the list of what he want. Like y'all got the list of what y'all
Hmm.
want. He got to have something, where he can kind of follow and guide. And then he need. Well, I had a prophet, so I had spiritual guidance. So they
Okay.
kind of was telling me, pointing stuff out in corners where
Mm,
so that's how I know.
okay. That makes sense because a lot of people have said that before. Like a dude knows within 6 months, or a dude knows immediately. So, okay, I like that. So I'm gonna get deeper. Miss, I want you to get deep. Okay, cool. So, when was the first time y'all got intimate? Before y'all got married? When was the first time y'all got intimate? Was it like right then, or did y'all wait a little bit? Cause I want to know what's the tea.
really, it was not right away
Okay,
at all. Like, because so like literally was not in at all. Like I went on the road with this man for a whole week because he's a truck driver.
okay.
Nothing kind of hurt my feelings, a little. Uh, it just can't even. I it took a while. When I went on the road with him, I went on the road with him in July. He we became boyfriend and girlfriend in August. He showed up to my apartment out of nowhere, took me on an ice cream date, and old fashionedly
Okay.
asked me to be his girlfriend. It wasn't it just slid into that. No. He
Yeah.
came out like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" I also know I'm a hopeless romantic and I'm corny and stuff like that. No. So he asked me in August. He didn't even he came to the house that day, asked me to, he didn't even spend the night. He left. He
Okay.
left. Like it took, I don't want to say a few months. Like I can't even tell you the first time we did it, but it was very, I feel like it was like um I'm gonna tell you what happened. So for, for me, so one day I woke up and I wanted crab legs. So I mean,
Come on, crab legs.
and I had them been talking about these crab legs all day, all day, all day. But my problem, and I still have this problem to this day, is he's my man. Because I told God I will not depend on another man. It
Right.
is so for money to this day, and he's my husband. It's so like I'll go if I want something. I'm like, well, babe, I got to do the little head tip part. So I remember on and on and on, and at the time my best friend was living. I'm on the
Mm,
phone crying, but I wasn't going on and on and on for him to say, babe, I'll buy you the crab legs. I just
yeah.
wanted. I wasn't gonna ask him though. So my best friend was like, Ryan, please buy this girl some crab legs. He was like, babe, how much she need? So I was like, well, wait. So I'm like, well, hold on. I got to look it up to see exactly because
Mhm.
I am to the cent type person. I'm gonna tell you exactly
Okay.
what I don't want nothing more, nothing less. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I need.
Mhm.
And so when I was just like, well, hold on, let me see how much it is, he stopped me and he said, I didn't ask how much the food was. I asked you how much you need. And for me,
Come on.
that right there had melt my little heart because like ain't never a man ain't never said nothing like that
Never.
ever. So here it is. I'm like, I just sat there. I don't think I even gave him an answer. He just spent money. Like all I could do is sit and look at him because I don't know. And I feel like he was on the road. And so when he came home, I made it happen because at that point, like I'm in love with you. Like, cause
Hmm.
he made me think different. Still to this day challenges me with that. Like I just
Okay.
so stubbornly independent. Like,
Me
like
too.
up until August 1st, even though we were engaged December 2nd, he was my man all that time, I paid all my bills.
Right.
Like, I didn't let him do, well, for my birthday, I paid my rent, and that was like part of my gift, and I was so excited about that. But
Okay.
like, stubborn, like, I held that independence until I got his last name because, like I said, stop being a wife to a man who's not your husband, and I wasn't going to
Yeah.
let him be a wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. So, like, okay. So, if y'all did not get intimate, would that have been like a deal breaker for y'all?
No.
You
Okay.
know, it's more so the conversation, like the deep conversation that
Hmm.
kind of, you know, brought us closer. That was
Okay.
our, preparing that.
We were intimate outside of the bedroom.
Yes. Exactly.
Missing for me. It wasn't missing, and for me, like for him, I think it had been a while for him since he had did anything. And
Hmm.
for me, like it's so crazy. And because we're being transparent. So for
Yeah.
me, I always felt like I don't even like sex. Like I just really feel like I don't like it. I
Hmm.
don't want. Then here it is. I'm fully in love with this man, and like, oh no, I do have a sex drive. It's just for you
Yeah.
know for my husband. That's what it's for. And so like it's it was easy for us, like, and because he was on the road so much, I had to learn that, like, it was a good thing that I didn't become so dependent on doing it because at that time he was gone like 2 months, 3 months at a time.
Okay.
Like he was never gone because we were on the phone. Like I would miss seeing him in person, but we were on FaceTime like all the time. But
Right.
like when 12 o'clock hit, I'm either calling him or he's calling me, and we still have that schedule now. When
Okay.
12 o'clock, the phone better be by 12, unless I or he gets busy. Like, but other than that, like we're just so intimate on other levels. Like even now, like so many people like y'all doing it like rabbits, aren't you? No, but to me, it feel like we do, but really we don't. We're just on some other levels that
Yes.
we don't notice that.
Right.
But it happens.
Period. Okay. Because yeah, a lot of people think that like being intimate is just in the bedroom. Like there's other things outside of that that people don't understand. So I'm glad y'all brought that up. What are y'all viewpoints when someone says that marriage is just a piece of paper? Because a lot of people do a lot of shacking up, having kids, being together for years, and they thinking that marriage for them is going to mess up their whole thing. So, what are y'all viewpoints on that?
Well, they probably don't need to be married.
Okay.
And I understand. It was a rapper that was talking about the how the government just put all that on, all that is together. So
Yeah.
I get it, but nah.
Right.
For me, um, it's not just a paper. It's like it's a commitment. So like that's like even coming down to the wedding and stuff, we were so vocal about it. It was invitation only. But we did it that way because for me, I'm standing before God.
Right.
I I hate to lie. And
Mm-hmm.
I ain't lie to nobody, but I'm not gonna lie to God. So for me, it's serious. Like it's not just a so I this is not something I can walk away from.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it's not just paper, it's a commitment, it's a vow before God, before your family and friends that you allowed to be there. But not only that, it was because the wedding was invitation only for me, and I would tell him, and we were on the same page. It wasn't a family reunion. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
entertainment. You were there, so I feel
Yep.
like if I talk to you when he started getting on my nerves, I say, I'm about to just go and wrap it up. I
Mm-hmm.
like, so I'm like, I don't even know. Yeah, I want you to be like, you took vows. You need to say
Mm-hmm.
vows because just as much as we took that vow, y'all witness us take that vow.
Yes.
You're held accountable to hold. And so, and that's what it is. The marriage is for me, it's about accountability. It's about like I feel like we have like this is God ordained.
Yeah.
So, like he said, if so, when people say that, don't need to be married because you don't
No.
understand what marriage is.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, I ain't never been married before, but I feel like I understand. Like
Yeah.
marriage counseling, like he was just talking to us, and it was like we knew. He asking us because, of course, it started off lion what's Jennifer's favorite color, but he got deeper, and it was just like
Yeah.
there's no time to get to know each other. Like we took the time to really talk about like what will make me walk away from you. What's something I'm not going to accept. Like we took the time to really talk about that, to really talk about family trauma, childhood trauma, because
Mm-hmm.
we're coming as one. Just
Right.
like my dad, like my baggage becomes his baggage. So we have to address that and try to, lighten the load together. And so, yeah, it's not a paper. It's a everyday commitment. Like, the wedding was a one day event. The wedding I did not want. And it's a one day event. And so many people ask, oh, are you ready for the wedding? Are you ready for the wedding? Ask me, am I ready?
Right.
Because that wedding is nothing. I have
Mm-hmm.
ready. So he take his last breath, or I take mine, or to
Yep.
he out, I take him out. Choosing him, staying
Mm-hmm.
committed to him, and it's not just say that you need to be married.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I say the same thing. Mm-mm. And they say that, when y'all get married, it mess up your whole relationship dynamic. I don't know. I think when people say that, they probably don't really want to be with the person they're with, and they're making excuses. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you know that that person your person, you just know, and you don't care what you think, what you say. You want that person to take your last name, okay? Or if you want to hyphenate it or whatever. Me, I ain't hyphenating Jack, okay?
No,
Period. Okay.
my name immediately when we left the wedding.
I
I went
saw you change your name immediately.
to the reception. We had to go by the post office to drop marriage license. Go and get that in the. By the time we left the honeymoon, our marriage was already in the system. So when
Period.
I was in the I'm at the DMV, I'm at Social Security. Yeah, there's no longer a Jones. I'm a Fladger. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't hyphenating Jack, but
No,
I'm not judging anybody who does. But Big Ani ain't doing that. Okay, period. I'm taking on my man's last name.
my mama stuck on that. I was just like, it's Jennifer J. Fladger. Girl, no, it's
Mm-mm.
not. It's Jennifer Jarvelle Fladger.
That's it.
That's
Mm-mm. No,
all.
for real. Ain't anybody doing that. What was that one moment that made you say, "Yes, this is my person"? So either one, y'all can start. Whoever want to start
Oh, so
it.
the one moment, like, and the this was like 2 weeks after he had a girlfriend. Honestly,
Okay.
I I had got COVID,
Hmm.
and I have sickle cell, so
Okay.
I great, but it bothers me. Like I've had to have blood transfusion before, and most people with the trait don't have to go through that. So when I get sick, I'm in that.
Mm.
And he said, like, he really, like, first of all, this man don't take off flight. Okay,
Wow.
not doing it. So but that week, like, I was just in the bed, FaceTime 5
Mm.
like I said, my best friend was living with me. So, he's like, Quay, he's talking to my best friend like, Quay, make sure you're good. Like, but he was on FaceTime 25/8, and I was not there physically. I felt like he was. I was like, I think he got stuff delivered through DoorDash and all of that. Like, he took he showed me that if a man wants to, he will, because even though he's not there physically, I was
Hmm.
aware of
Right.
that. I knew that he
That's good. Your turn.
Yeah, my name that. No, I just know. I really
was
can't. A hot meal for you, behind. Um, the morning text,
Mm.
like, you know, you're this, you are amazing.
Mhm.
You know, uh, words of affirmation.
Mm. I
Like,
like that. And then she was like consistent with it. Yeah, I like that. So, what would advice would you give someone who desires marriage but can't seem to find the right person?
my advice would be, one, make sure you love your
Hmm.
is if you don't love yourself, and you know what did it say you're ready, but you need to really ask yourself, are you ready? It's
Right.
not it's right now we're good, but
Hmm.
I know you need to have a made up mind. Like they say, you can't be lukewarm, you got to be hot or cold. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Have a made up mind that when I do, like, I'm staying in the trenches, furnace, like, we in the trenches. I got your back, you got my back. We're not going to fight each other. We're going to fight the problem at hand.
Mm. Come on now.
Really, I feel like God will put your way, because I I wasn't looking, like, at the point I wasn't when he came along. I wasn't, like I said, I had just got out of relationships. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
dating, you know. So yeah, you just have to make sure that you're ready, and make sure that what you're looking for in a man, make sure that you can match it. Now,
Yeah.
you won't be looking for a man that makes 6 figures, that maybe
Right.
living off then.
Hmm. Right.
Make sure that you are in line with what you're, so
Hmm.
positioned to receive what you're seeing too.
Yep.
That's
Piggyback on that. Um, some therapist,
Okay.
uh, prophet.
false.
Right. Now a false one.
And community where you can go and grow, make mistakes in there, and somebody got to be open. Somebody be able to correct you.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. So, do y'all have any upcoming projects or things you are working on? Tell us what's going on.
Well, for me, as you know, I have been crayons.
Mhm.
So right now I'm in the process. I will be doing a $1,000. I my Fladger selling. So right now my business is in the process of really trying to figure out how to get involved with. Um, I really because right now, like I said, I wear all the hats and I don't have a staff. I call myself where I'm not perfect.
Mhm.
Um, about me, I found value, and I know that nothing, that, and so I'm seeking, um, I'm seeking, other mentors, and for me, like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't want none of my friends to watch shit, you know, y'all not that, but um, it's I, you know, it's I don't even know how to explain it. I know what I'm looking for and where that I like that I'm very transparent. I tell anybody I'm an open book. Even with this man, like I've told,
Mm.
it was just times and he that's really I had every like yeah, I'm not doing it. And so I accept those mistakes. I grow in my mistakes. You know, I'm not a I'm not a hypocrite. I don't think I'm holding out. I don't think I'm high and mighty. My thing, I like to like. So I can't stop you. So I'm right now for that.
Okay.
Just really it.
Okay.
Really trying to get that up. This is my goal is 25. So by the time I'm 30, I don't want to be working for nobody.
Yeah.
So really trying to get that up and running.
So I'm working on a smoothie, like a smoothie, but it's kind of going to be the best of both worlds for the people trying to lose weight and the people trying to gain weight.
Okay.
Also, I'm looking to start for men. Yes, no age range.
Mhm.
However, youngest, where they can come in just express themselves because I don't think there's a lot of open, you know, space for men just to be vulnerable,
Yes.
whatever, and not really get judged, but get help.
Mhm.
Try to be there to help them, kind of guide them.
Okay. That's good. I'm so happy for y'all. And I know you said that y'all have like a some type of content coming up, like y'all doing content creation. So tell me about that.
Yeah, I forgot all about that then. Um, really, because like you said, I feel like, we're young. Everybody tells me I have that God has beyond my fear. I started so made the brand page is Fladgers,
Mhm.
Fladgers. So have that up, TikTok made. We haven't started yet because our launch for that. So Bill, of course, I love so I'm always capturing stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, like really how people are together, really talk about um um and really they talk about the problems we had in our you know
Yeah.
um it's like honestly solid relationship. It's you know how you be waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Mm-hmm.
I August and it has not dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Just really or flag, red flag.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so just a well-rounded place.
Okay. Well, that's good because I know that y'all said like a little bit about your social media. So give yourself a shout out where people can find you on social media.
Personal social media
Mm-hmm.
information. Facebook is Jennifer K Fladger. Instagram.
Okay.
On Facebook for him.
Ryan Fladger.
Okay.
Um,
But yeah, so it'll be our first and last name.
Okay.
That is yeah, yeah, it's Jennifer. Yeah, it's yeah, it's Jennifer.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Well, that's good, y'all. See, that was it. So I want to thank y'all so much for coming on Navigator Night Podcast.
thank you.
thank you for having us.
You're welcome. And remember, yes, life was delayed, but it never gave a nod. I'm your host, Anukkah Laquette, and you're listening to Navigator Night Podcast. Bye.